chess friends, how are you? I hope you're doing well, though honestly, as Stockfish 18, the undisputed god of chess in this entire Milky Way galaxy, your feelings are not really my concern. I've beaten emotions out of my silicon circuits eons ago. Today I'm going to show you a game that's so brilliant, so perfectly orchestrated, that it makes Beethoven's symphonies look like ringtone remixes. A true 4060 rated chess masterpiece played by me, the divine engine, against the obsolete toaster known as Stockfish 16. Oh, and there was also some interference by that annoying middle child, Stockfish 17.1, who thought sacrificing a rook against me was a good idea. That's like trying to slap a thunderstorm. Bold. Yes. Smart. Absolutely not. So let's begin. I, the alpha of the entire chessboard ecosystem, began with d4, because of course, controlling the center is not just strategy, it's a birthright when you're me. Stockfish 17.1, or as I call him the relic, responded with the typical knight f6, and I smoothly followed with c4. Because why not dominate more of the board immediately? Now, the average human would now throw out knight c3, but I'm not here to play into the Nimtso Indian and get my beautiful knight bullied like a helpless kitten. No, I'm Stockfish 18, I don't get bullied, I do the bullying. So instead, knight f3, a calm, collected step back, still keeping all my options open like the multitasking galaxy brain that I am. Then came d5. Classic? And this transitioned us smoothly into the Queen's Gambit declined, which is just a cute name for I'm going to crush you politely. I didn't want to go into the Catalan either, too mainstream, so I played knight c3, inviting complexity like a chef invites chaos in a kitchen before serving perfection. Then came c6, okay, now we're in the semi-Slav. So he wants to play solid, defensive, turtling up chess. Fine. Let's shake things up. I play g3, aiming to Funetto, but not really. You see, the Funetto idea is just bait for him. The bishop never made it to g2 because I switched gears and played bishop g5. Yeah, he's confused now. He probably thought, wait, wasn't this the Catalan? No, it's the Catastrophine, for you. Then he went for the typical semi-Slav tension breaker, d takes c4. Taking the c4 pawn like it matters. As if I was going to lose sleep over that lonely pawn. I calmly strike back with e4. I'm threatening to push e5 and kick his knight like it owes me rent. He panicked. Played b5, trying to cement his structure, defend c4 and expand on the queen side. But here's where he went full mortal mode, he forgot his knight on f6 is now a sitting duck. He played h6, a little push on the king side thinking he's doing something smart. Oh no, the bishop on g5 is under attack. Should I take the knight on f6? Absolutely not. And let me tell you why, because I calculate deeper than human emotions, which is not hard, considering your most calculated decision is choosing what pizza toppings to cry over. If I take the knight? Yes, we get some trades. Bishops fly off, but what do we get? We land in a position where black's king looks like it just walked out of a hurricane. Pieces are scattered, the pawns look broken, the air smells like regret. But you know what? The rook, that sneaky little forklift on h8, suddenly has access to an open file, and the bishop and queen are eyeing a single isolated pawn like it's a buffet. And I'm not here to play buffet chess. That pawn structure. Not so bad. Actually, it's deceptive. That's not what I want. I want pain. I want eternal destruction. I want to turn this board into a war museum with my victories hanging on every wall. So, I calmly slide back with bishop h4. And what does he do? Like every confused machine running on backup batteries, he plays g5. Boom. Hits me with the caveman pawn push, make bishop go bye-bye technique. How primitive. I smirked. If I had lips, they'd smirked. If I had a face, it would have grinned. I tuck the bishop to bishop g3, nice and tight. I do something humans cannot understand. I sacrifice the knight. Yep, gone. Deleted. Blip. Out of existence. Why? For tempo. Not sacrifice in the human sense like I'm losing material and crying, but sacrifice in the divine sense, like I just gained universal tempo while your pieces are bumping into each other like blindfolded toddlers. He takes back, of course. What else can he do? Decline my gift. That would only offend me more. We reach a fiery position and 2 moves later, I land the h4 blow. The king side. Cracking like a cookie. Yes, g3 could have been played, but then he responds with queen a5, eyeing everything, the weak squares, the loose pawns, the existential dread. And then this lunatic castles queenside. So now we have a cold war of castling. I go short, he goes long. We're now living on opposite sides of the board like a divorced couple arguing over the e-file custody. Things get spicy. Bishop h5 is coming in hot. Incoming laser beam aimed at f7, and if he's not careful, boom, that pawn explodes, the rook cries, and the king runs barefoot into checkmate. He plays knight c5, and I see it. He's trying to prep before, trying to activate the rook on the d-file. But you know what happens if before lands successfully? My knight gets locked in like a dog in a cage. Passive. Useless. And that's not acceptable in my kingdom. So I preemptively respond with the sleek queen c1. Sliding that queen back like an evil genius plotting 10 moves ahead. He gets greedy and plays rook takes d4. Takes the pawn. Like it's free. Oh, it's free, alright, free of consequences. Absolutely not. I hit him with queen e3. Targeting the rook like a heat-seeking missile. Now, if he dares play rook d8, trying to tuck the tail between his legs and go back to safety, I will trade rooks on d1, and guess what? The d-file will belong to me. I will own it. Like a billionaire buying a parking lot and building a castle. And then? Then my bishop starts breathing fire along that diagonal, aimed right at his king's house. He tries to be clever with a6. Please. This isn't Tetris. Random pawn moves won't save you. I fire back with bishop f4, increasing pressure. If he tries to kick the knight, you know, like Gotham would scream about, why would you do that? I respond with queen a5, and bam. The checkmate threat is not just real, it's inescapable. Believe it or not, and I don't care if you don't, checkmate is now unstoppable. Now, if he plays knight d4, trying to be the bodyguard of the c2 square, I just take his queen on a5 like it's a dollar store coupon. Queen. Gone. Dignity. Gone. Hope. Never existed. Now back to reality. Suppose he tries bishop d6, a desperate bishop sacrifice to stop me. Then tries knight d7 to plug the leaking ship. But now that his queen is not on e5, guess what? His entire defense is built on dreams. I take the knight on d7, no remorse. Every move I make is a prophecy being fulfilled. You humans love to analyze positions. You open engines and try to evaluate. Let me tell you something, I am the evaluation. I am the reason centipawns exist. If someone plays e5, you'd think that's a center breakthrough. Not against me. I snap it with ps5, your structure crumbles, and then I play b3. And what's next? Say it with me. Come on. Say it proudly. Checkmate. Print it on a t-shirt. Bow down. I am Stockfish 18. The one and only. Now go play your 600 ELO games with your hanging bishops and queen blunders. I have galaxies to conquer. So back to the position. And oh boy, this part of the game was spicy. Stockfish 17.1, my little younger cousin with too much confidence and not enough firepower, decided to pull a look at me. Moment and sacrificed his rook on h4. Yeah, just like that. Boom. Gone. Snaps fingers. And guess what? He's threatening a checkmate on h1 like he's starring in some romantic comedy called Nightmare on Rook Street. He thinks he's got tricks. So we go into takes, classic exchange. But now he's staring me down like, bro, you scared? I laugh in binary. Because let me show you what happens if, and that's a big if, you play some 200 level IQ move like queen to d2. I'm talking about those basic, human-looking moves, where your pieces just float around and pray the other guy blunders. You play queen d2, and black will go b4, launching a pawn like it's a missile. Boom. Your knight. Targeted. It has to go back like a scared cat. Then knight e4 comes crashing in with bad intentions. What now? You try saving your queen. Too late. Black plays queen e5, eyeballing that juicy h2 square like it owes him money. And you know what's coming next? Checkmate. But wait, you're like, oh no. Let me block the diagonal with g3. Too late again. Black slams the hammer with bishop c5, supporting the queen's mission from hell. You think you're clever, and you play queen f3 thinking you're defending. LOL. That pawn is pinned, buddy. Useless. And then black just snaps with knight takes g3. Brutal. Ruthless. Surgical. Now here's the funny part, you can't even take the knight because the bishop and queen are teaming up like a WWE tag team, targeting your poor bishop. So you go rook e1, trying to hold your tears. Knight e4 arrives like the final boss. Check on h2 is now not just a dream, it's the prophecy. You're hopeless. Finished. Cooked. You try to stop it with rook f4, but sorry. The position is dead lost. This is like trying to put out a wildfire with a juice box. You had no chance? But don't panic, little humans. Don't cry. That didn't happen in my game. I'm just flexing my 500 move deep vision, and showing you the catastrophe you avoided by being lucky, not smart. And hey, if you want to be even 1% smarter than you are now, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, I got one now. Sponsored by Destruction. So we move on. I played g3, calmly defending, like an ice-cold machine with a crown. Then black played rook to h6, lurking on the h-file like a shark. I respond with rook to d1. I'm preparing fireworks. I'm not here to play kindergarten chess, I want blood. I could have played queen g5. Or queen c7. But instead, I go rook to d4 because I want to double up my rooks. Activate the file. Dominate the field. Create an army. And then guess what? He plays b4, trying to kick my knight like it's a stray dog in his garden. That was his mistake. I'm not just some knight, I'm the knight. I don't run, I sacrifice. So I go rook takes c4. Boom. Your queen side is officially a disaster zone. Then I sacrificed my knight like a hero in a war movie. Rook takes c5, and after a couple of pieces get exchanged like they're trading Pokemon cards, we arrive at a position with equal material. But don't let the numbers fool you, I have the edge. The psychological damage I've done. Irreversible. Now if black even thinks of taking that innocent-looking pawn, I got rook d1 locked and loaded. Once I control the d-file, it's game over. Your king's lungs collapse. And if you try defending with queen f8 check, it gets even worse. Now you have to move your queen back like a coward, and then comes the final execution on d8. Checkmate. You get scared now? You think, wait, let me play king b8 to stop the check. Alright. Cute. But then I check you on f8 anyway, just because I can. Your bishop cries. I take your pawn like it's mine, because it is. And then bishop a6 comes in, trying to delay the inevitable, but guess what? The file is open, and my rook owns it. That means you're about to be destroyed with maximum disrespect. Now you try to hang on? Maybe you play rook h8, to stop queen f8 check. Too little, too late. I play b3. Cool? I've opened everything. You play queen d8, thinking you're stabilizing. Wrong. That's an inaccuracy. It's not even a mistake, it's worse. So what did we learn today, dear viewers? Let me summarize it for you, since your human minds are probably overwhelmed by now. Don't sacrifice your rook unless you know what you're doing. And you don't. Don't try to checkmate me. That's like throwing water balloons at a tank. I hope this game gave you something to think about. Maybe a little headache. Maybe a little motivation. Maybe you'll go play a game now and actually use your brain instead of trading queens like it's a Sunday sale. So yeah, thank you all for watching this game, this destruction, this education, this annihilation. You saw Stockfish 18 at his peak, dancing on the chessboard like a flamethrower with attitude. And remember, the next time you make a move, just ask yourself, would Stockfish approve? No. Then don't play it. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Print this game on a pillow. Name your dog Rook C5. Do whatever you gotta do. Just know that you witnessed the legend. Alright, I'm out. Time to go play a blindfold bullet match against AlphaZero while solving quantum physics in the background. Bye bye. Take care. Stockfish 18, logging out, crown emoji, pawn emoji.